Hi, this is the Human Operating System time. This channel is for education and technology only. So in the previous video, I shared that every techniques of the 1850 Wing Chun come with the body mechanics and momentum handling. That's how the descriptions of techniques. So without the body mechanics and the momentum handling, then there is no techniques. One simply need those things. Okay. Now, so after that, I have received many messages from Wing Chun friends asking me about Fuk Sao, Bong Sao, all kinds of stuff. Seriously, if we want to study the 1850s Wing Chun, it is like doing a PhD in the university. There's a lot of things need to be studied. Wing Chun is not that simple, even it sounds simple. So today I'm going to share with you on Fuk Sao. If you read the Wing Chun inceptions on the 1850s concrete, you can see that Tan and Fuk, they are a couple. They are a couple, okay? And we know that Tan Sao in Fujian, the name in the concrete is called Hin Sao or Hian Chiu. Hian Chiu. Okay? Hian. So it's like open up this way. Okay? Hian. Fuk Sao have a Fujian name too in that concrete. It's called Kam. Close down. Close. So Hin or Hian in Fujian, Hian is Tan Sao, Hian. Kam is Fuk Sao, Kam. Okay, Kam. So that's why just now I said they are a couple. One is open up this way, another one is closed down. So Hian, Kam, Tan, Fuk. Okay? So in the concrete, as I mentioned, we need to know Fujian language. Otherwise, we have no idea what it is. As it said that, Hun Kam Tiu Da Xiong Yu Yu. Hian, Kam always need to be used. Okay, so let's get this clear. So this is by the definition, illustrations, this is the Tan, this is the Fuk. Okay? So we know in the last time that Tan Sao is this one moving in. Okay, this is Tan, open up, one moving in, right? Now, Fuk Sao is Fuk, is closed down, one moving in. So this is Tan, this is Fuk. Okay? So there's Tan, this is Fuk. Both hand is the coming in hand. Not like this. It's this hand, the Tan, coming in, or the body move in, and Fuk is coming in. Okay, coming in meaning get close to the opponent, or it's better to say that Tan is the hand, retract and get close into the opponent. Fuk is the hand actually, the arm actually retract and get close to the opponent. Okay, now Tan is not this. Okay, moving forward. No, Fuk is not this. Okay, pushing forward is not that. Fuk is this way. Okay, now. So this is Tan Fuk. Okay, the hand in Shulian Tao, this is not this Kam. This is not this Kam or the Fuk Sao. This is not Fuk Sao. This is called Gong Sao. This is like that. Okay, it's like an arrow. Okay, the 1850 do not do this kind of stuff. It's just you have the different reason. Later I'll show you what it is. Okay, about strength. So this is called gong sao, like a bow or the arrow, you know, the shooting arrow bow. This is called bow hand, gong sao. This is called gong sao. Folk is this. Okay, so ancient is very specific. Now we know that for the tan sao in the past video, the tan is for whatever shooting toward me, which is above my elbow or toward my face. So this is tan, okay? Fork is for whatever under my chest or going downward. This is fork. So tan is for shooting at me like that. I tan. Fork is when it comes down or lower than my chest. This is fork. So there's an angle there. Okay. It is not that everything can be tan or anything can be fork. Due to that angle. Okay. Now, because of this, I like to share with you. There are three things in the 1850s Wing Chun techniques, mechanic momentum handling, which is no longer being shared in the world today. Somebody might know it, but it's never been shared. At least in all the video and the writing for past 80 years, is a void there. Okay. So what is that? The first thing is angle. Remember, the tan is for something shoot high. The angle is coming up. So I tan. Okay, or I hand, because it is coming toward me like that in this angle, upward angle. So I open it up. Okay. Now, fork is if it's coming down, I close it down. Okay. Now, but all of this are receiving. This is not trying to bang it, to push it or anything. Okay, this we need to know right now is for this angle. This angle, okay? So you need to know that the tan is for this angle up. The fork is for this angle down. If the thing is this at this lower positions, this level, and I use tan, that's trouble. That's wrong. Yes, wrong, improper. That just mishandling. Because at the angle, this tan will not be able to execute or be able to get proper result. Okay? Or the result we want. Same thing, fork. We don't want to get something go higher like that, try to fork. That angle, I mean, using the fork for those type of angle is incorrect. You're not going to get result. So the first key is the angle handling. We need to know which angle. The angle come here, you go in. Angle come down, you use the fork sound. Okay, so that's angle. The second thing is timing. Timing, yes, timing. So if this hand is come up like this to my face, I use tan. That is the proper timing. If I kind of use lap sao, for example, or fork sao, well, that is the wrong timing. So what do you mean? And then it's angle, right? Why is it got to do with timing? Well, I got to the timing this way. If this thing shoot at my face, I use tan to receive it. See, the momentum go toward my face. I use this to receive it. I do not actually against this momentum. I just flow with it. So timing wise, I just fly or flow according to the momentum come in. So that is the proper timing. Now, if this thing is going toward my face, I try to fork it, or I try to lap it down. Well, that is improper timing. Why? Say for example, it comes toward my face. I try to lap it down. I have to use force here. By the time I lap it down, that punch is going to shoot at my face. Okay? So, this is a matter of timing. So, when the thing comes up like that, you don't fork it like that. And if you fork it like that, the momentum come up, your hand is not receiving in. Your hand is opposing him and try to have this, there's a power struggle here, or force or strength struggle here. Well, we talk about Wing Chun is a soft art, right? Flow with it, right? So, that is improper training, improper timing. If the thing come up like this, I try to fork it or I try to lap it. If I do the lap sao, for example, my timing will be late because that punch is going to shoot at me when I get this thing down. Because I need to use this strength. Say I have the lap da, okay? By the time I lap da, I struggle with this hand, that guy's punch is going to shoot at me. So if he's going to come to my face, I don't struggle with him, I just receive him in. Okay? And this arm is already attacking. Same thing if it's coming like that, I'm not going to forget. Because there will be a struggle there. Anytime when there's a strength or momentum struggle, you late. You want to make use of his momentum. You don't want to struggle with him. When you struggle with him, he can just drop that momentum and shoot you from the other one while you're struggling that. That's why this is called the handling of timings. When it is time to use the tan sao, do not use fork sao or lap sao. The first is a wrong angle. The second, it involves in the wrong timing because you struggle. Okay? The third thing is handling of the core. The body has to go in, close to the opponent. Why? Because this is what Wing Chun, sticking body, short strike, name it as sek wai, or eating his position, or handling his core. Okay? Say he shoot me on the face. I do a tan sao come in. My body is here already. He can struggle and using other techniques. Of course, the opponent is going to change technique and everything. Because my body is here, I'm eating his position. I am actually disrupting his core. His momentum striking with this disrupted core will be not as powerful. It doesn't go full force. He is forced to do the attack, but his core is disrupted. Okay? So that is much more easier to be handled than if I do a turn here without my body get in, I turn here, I did not disrupt his core, he turned his body, shoot at me, then now we both can get hit. Because he can have full strength. When my body is coming here, I'm actually disrupting him. So he become reactive. Because I force him. My body is here, I force him. But I'm here, my body is not forcing him. He can change and turn and shoot at me. So I always say it. This is a short strike range because I always disrupt his body. This is the long fist range because I can handling his hand. This is called panda range. Why panda? This is the range that even I be able to block one hand and strike him. Even he gets struck, his momentum, which already accelerate, will going to get me too. So you end up with both have black eyes. That's why I call it panda range. You want to fight long fist is this range. You want to fight short strike is this range. Not standing in this panda range and try to see whose hand is faster. You end up there, okay, you are faster than me. You take, okay, you are faster than me. I take 3 punch, but you take 1 punch. You still get hit, okay? Over here, you disrupt his body. So, as for the Tan Sao example, it comes at my face, proper angle, proper timing, and I disrupt his core. Same thing with the Fuk Sao. Proper angle, proper timing, and I handling his core, disrupting his core. So even he have the next move, he struggle, big deal. He doesn't have the full potential anymore. While in the panda range, he have this full potential. And I'm the target. Over here, I am outside of the main angle or main attack target angle or position. So in the 1850s Wing Chun, it always comes with the angle handling, the timing handling, and the core handling. So all this footwork, everything is having or supporting this 3 handling. Handling of the angles, handling of the timing, handling of the core. That is short strike. Okay? So every techniques, it has the body mechanics, it has the momentum handling, and those 3, the angle handling, the timing handling, and the core handling, that is momentum handling. Okay? So I hope that you see that it is not as simple. That's why I am not, how to say that, I don't like the so-called wooden dummy practice. Because the practice need to enter into the body handling. The body handling, the close to body zone. If one practice wooden dummy will not be able to get there and stand here, then that is exactly the panda zone. If you look at like in the movie, those zone, you know, it looks good in the movie on all those things, those are panda zone. You don't have to believe me, but you just face one Western boxer, you can see that it is a panda zone or not. Okay? So this is how the 1850 is. It is no magic, no mysterious, and that is it is very scientific. It talk about the angle, what is the very efficient and effective way to handling the momentum come in with the angles, the timing, and then how to jam or interrupt or intercept or disrupt his body core. You're not going to intercepting here, you're going to intersecting here. So that it make him very difficult to move to the angle, or you can do a throw and so forth here already, or sweep or whatever here. Okay? So this is what I like to share with you today. And also you can see that we cannot keep saying, oh, I have this chi, I have this mind power, I have this fa jing. Fa jing for what? If you don't know how to handle this thing, don't know about the angle, don't know about the timing, and don't know about the body core handling. We can have all the chi, the mind power, the fa jing once, but still, we don't know where we end up. Really, okay? So this is the techniques I like to share with you. And again, Tan is this, for this angle, Fok is for this angle. You don't want to struggle with him. You just want to guide him away, receive him. You don't want to struggle with him. Whenever you struggle with one hand, you lose timing. That means you lose the effectiveness or efficiency in the momentum play. So this is to share with you today. And one last thing is this. All what I'm talking about here, if you seriously want to learn, get my book, the basic Wing Chun Art and Science, the Wing Chun Matrix, and the Wing Chun Inception. Those are critical stuff. Those are trying to put everything into today's language and today's scientific way of understanding things. There is no magic. In fact, the 1850s ancestors and today's fighting art, martial art, they actually going with the same directions. Okay? It is not like, oh, I have this mind power doing Xiu Ling Tao, or I have this Qi doing Xiu Ling Tao, or I have this Fa Jing. Big deal if you have all this thing doing Xiu Ling Tao. Well, if we don't know this angle, the timing, the core handling, one practically cannot play in the dynamic game. If you don't believe me, go spar with a Western boxing friend and see what happens. Okay? I mean the real Western boxing friend who get trained by a good coach. Not just anybody mimic a Western boxing friend. Okay? You want to compare apple with apple. So we have the same level. Say you train 6 months, he trains 6 months. Instead of you get one guy who playing Western boxing where he have never really trained by any coach of the formal Western boxing. So this is to share with you today. Again, all this is technical. I am presenting this purely for technical so that we can discuss technical.